Hey, good people, it's your girl Christina here, coming to you guys. I wanted to do this video before I went to bed tonight. My voice is already deep, but I feel like it sound a little bit deeper than it normally do. I was out at my family house today playing dominoes, and when we get together, honey, we loud. And I'm talking about loud, loud. So, so excuse me, I might have to drink some water a lot because I'm telling you, my throat is like burning a little bit. All that yelling and talking trash I was doing today. We playing dominoes. And it's always a fun time when I get with my family. However, that's not here nor there. I came tonight to talk about in this video accountability. Accountability. I just got off a conversation. It's so funny. Over my cousin's house, we was talking about accountability. Then I came home and I had a conversation, and in that conversation, it was about the same thing. But I'm sorry, it was a friend of mine who's going through a situation, and we were discussing it, and they got very, very upset because in the conversation, they wanted me to uh, side with them on what the other person was doing wrong in their relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that the other person didn't do anything wrong or didn't do, had they share bringing down a relationship, however you want to say it. My point is, we can point out everything that the other person done wrong. We can say, and it could be true. It could be accurate. It could be like you can have proof and all that, right? But I wanted to come tonight to bring some awareness to this, in my opinion. If you was in a relationship or you still dealing with hurt and pain or anything from a friendship, a relationship, or any of that, right? T- Continuing to tell everybody what the other person did right, did wrong, does not help you heal. It does not help you get to the other side of this situation. I was married, for everybody who know and those who don't. I was married. The marriage didn't work. It did not work because I am divorced. However, me continuing to tell myself or tell everybody what wasn't right in the relationship from my ex-husband don't heal me. But what did help heal me was the fact that I held myself accountable for what role I played in the situation. It's not to say I got more wrongs than he did, or he got more wrongs than I did, or he messed up more than I did, or vice versa. It's not to say that. Even if your mate is like mistreated you or your friend was wrong you and all that, you were still in the relationship. You were still a part of it. If you at a job and they're not paying you right, and you're supposed to get more and they're not giving you what you deserve, is it the job's fault that you stay? You in a relationship, she's cheating on you, she's mistreating you, she's disrespecting your mama, she's disrespecting your child, she just have no respect for you as a man, but you stay. So is that her fault? You with a man and he treats you like crap, he beats on you, he totally disregards your feelings, he disrespects you in public, he treats you like crap at home, all of the above, and you like, he this, he that, and he this, but is it his fault that you stay? And I say that because a lot of times people are fighting to be right. And just because you're right does not set you free. The truth will set you free. Your truth, not their truth. Your truth, not their truth. I can sit here and tell you all the things that I felt my ex-husband didn't do and how terrible I felt he was. That don't set me free. But what I can say is where I held myself accountable, I can tell you where I stayed and I probably should have left, where I accepted when I shouldn't have accepted things. That's what I did. And to hold myself accountable in a situation, even in friendships. I was friends with people and I saw the signs, but I overlooked it with hopes of like, I see good in them. That's not their fault that I saw good in them. So it's people that will get so angry at somebody because they chose to stay. You have to hold yourself accountable for what you chose to do, not what they continue to do to you, because that doesn't set you free. You can sit and be so right and have all the evidence and everybody can see it, but you showing us that he was a cheater, you showing us that he mistreats you, does not help you. But if you hold yourself accountable for the role you played in the situation, then you will begin to be on the road to freedom and healing and all that other good stuff. But if you want to sit back and keep saying they wronged me, they mistreated me, but you chose to stay, and it does not negate and it does not dismiss, it does not make them right and you're wrong. It's just you're taking responsibility for the role you played in the situation. And if you do that, I believe when you begin to take responsibility for the role you play, it teaches you how to grow. It teaches you how to be more mature than looking to fight, fight a situation, an argument, and try want points of winning. It teaches you how to be more mature and say, you know what, I can see what they done, but I have to check myself because it's me that needs growth. Yes, they mistreated me, but it's me who needs to mature or love myself more, because if I keep saying what they done wrong and what they done wrong, I can go into another relationship and that goes wrong too. And then I'm like, it's just going to keep repeating itself until one day I decide to say, wait a minute, maybe I need to start doing some self-evaluation. Like, what is it? What's going on? Why am I staying with somebody who's mistreating me? Why am I cool with them talking to me like that? Once you start holding yourself accountability, it helps you to start growing. It helps you to grow. It helps you to mature. That accountability goal is so many revenues to that thing, and this is why it's so important to hold yourself accountable versus keep saying what the other person did. This conversation, this person was very upset with me. This person felt that I should have sided with them because of our relationship and our history together. It's not that I don't sympathize for what you went through. It's not that I don't have no compassion for your situation. However, if you say it 20 million times, it will not set you free. It does not do anything. I use this as an example, and I say this a lot. You walk into an office you walk into a counselor, a therapist office, a psychologist office, whoever office to get counseling. But you go there to tell them that your husband needs fixing. Then my next question will be, then why did you walk into my office? I had a woman come to me who told me how her husband was everything under the sun. He was terrible. He was this. He was that. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I don't want it. He this, he that, and that. And I mean, she was going on and on. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay. So then my next question was, well, why did you walk into the office? Like, I'm not understanding. If your husband is the problem, then why are you here? Because he's driving me crazy. Well, then my next question would be, well, why would you accept the fact that he's mistreating you? This ain't about me. This is about him, but you are in the relationship as well. It's two of y'all there, whether it's friendships, relationships, anything with a ship, honey. Relationship, friendship, kinship, whatever it is you and that person in the relationship. You give, you receive, you take, you give, all that kind of stuff. It goes in back and forth. You're in a relationship. You're in a relationship. You're in a relationship. And if this person is mistreating you and this person is not giving you what it is that you feel you deserve, then why do you stay? I can easily ask the guy, why do you treat her like that? Even if he answers, it does not set you free. It does not set you free. We wait so much for people to change when sometimes the change is what the change should really not should. The change is what I'm sorry. We want people to change so bad, but sometimes the change that we're seeking is the change that's within us. Because once we change our mindset, once we change our way of responding, once we change the things that we receive, accept, once we change those things, once we change those things about ourselves, I don't care what relationship you have, it's going to shift. Whether it's shift for the good or shift for the bad, but it's going to shift, honey. It's going to shift. We want other people to change so bad to make us feel some type of way. But if you begin to do some changing and do some self-evaluation and do some self-accountability, holding yourself accountable, your relationship will shift. Because if your husband continue to disrespect you, he been doing this for 10 years, he have no desire to respect you, but you keep receiving it. What will happen if you stop tolerating the disrespect? The relationship will shift. How? That I don't know which way it will shift. It may shift for the good, it may shift for the bad. But my point is, people only do what we sit back and allow them to. If I'm allowing you to mistreat me, is it your fault? It's his fault that I sat back and received it. He should have known better, but then I should have known better too. Because we can throw the weight on people all day. We have to hold ourselves accountable. I stayed in a relationship that was so toxic. Is it the other person's fault? Yes, that person was wrong to mistreat me, but I chose to stay. That's me holding myself accountable. And once I do that, then it took me to the next place. Well, why did I stay? Then it took me to another place. I don't want to do that no more. So how can I fix this? See what accountability does? It helps you mature. It helps you grow. But if you want to keep blaming the other party, again, it's not that they haven't wronged you, but when you hold yourself accountable is when you will begin to become free. Freedom is not in the other person. The freedom is... Nobody holds the key to your freedom. That's something you choose to have. You can choose to be free. You will not be free if you waiting on your partner or your friends to do this and that so you can feel free. You will be waiting for an eternity, honey. Because it's up to you. It's in your hand. You have the power for all that. But we get it twisted because we feel like people should respect us. People should treat us right. But that's just not how it goes. People should do a lot of stuff, but we don't. I'm just trying to make this as realistic as I possibly can make this thing. If we are in situations that we are not happy with, it's not right that people mistreat you or disrespect you. However, if you tolerate it, if you accept it, if you just let it be and brush it under the rug like, okay, one day he'll get better, that's not their fault. That's the situation you're saying yes to. And you deserve better than that. And I'm going to move into another place with that because you definitely do. Sometimes we don't know. I'm about to do this the flip side of this because sometimes we don't know. Real talk. Sometimes we don't even know that we deserve better. We really, really don't because we didn't see better. Sometimes we don't know that it's more to a relationship than this because we didn't see no living examples. We grew up in toxic environment. We grew up watching toxic things. So we figured this may be the best that I can get. But that's not true. That's not true. It's so many respectful women. It's so many respectful men. But to get to them, you have to get yourself to a place where you love yourself enough to know that you don't just have to say no to certain stuff. You can say no to anything that's not right for you. You can love somebody, but you ain't got to be with somebody who's going to mistreat you because you deserve better than that. You do not deserve to be mistreated no type of way. You do not deserve to be somebody's secret lover. You do not deserve to be somebody's side piece. You do not deserve that. And if you're saying yes to that, that's not their fault that you accept it. You can say no. And if you don't know how to say no, then Christina feel, my opinion, that if you don't know how to tell somebody or to treat you with the utmost respect, then I don't feel you should be in a relationship yet, because you need to figure out what is right and what's really good for you and who you really are. Because if you don't know who you are and what you deserve, then you can't teach nobody to how to treat you on a level that you deserve to be treated, if that makes sense to you. How can I tell somebody how to love me when I don't even know what love really is? How can I tell somebody to treat me with the utmost respect when I ain't even treating myself with the utmost respect? It doesn't make sense. And when you in it, you think it makes sense because you want this feeling so bad. But I remember asking somebody recently, they was like, I love this person. I simply said, well, what is love? And they like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, what is love? What you mean? Love or in love? Whichever one you want to describe. And they couldn't give me an answer. And the reason why I done it, because I had to say that to myself. I'm like, my Lord, I love this person. I love this person. And I remember me saying, well, what is love? How do I even know this love? Could this be just a feeling? Like something that I'm yearning to feel and I just don't know what day it is for real? Could it be something lustful that I'm just excited about and I like the way it make my flesh feel? Could it be that? But I had to be real with myself. I had to be honest with myself. And I thank God for that scripture, the truth will set you free, because the truth will set you free. We trying to be set free by others people's truth. Their truth ain't going to set you free. We trying to be free by telling other people truth. She this and she that and he this and he that. But that ain't going to set you free. Because little do you know, honey, the more you tell the truth about them, it's really exposing the truth about you. Because if they're that and you're with them and you're receiving it, what is that saying about you? So this accountability thing of people is really, really something I encourage each and every person to do. Real talk, because once we start holding ourselves accountable, we can start growing up. We can start maturing and learning how to love ourselves and stop trying to blame other people for stuff that we're receiving. Stop blaming other people for stuff that we're tolerating. You don't have to tolerate disrespect from nobody. A lot of people are afraid to be alone. You know how many people are alone in a relationship? You know how many people are alone that's married? You don't have to settle for disrespect. Learn how to love yourself enough to say no. If you cannot treat me with the utmost respect, then you are not worthy of all that I have to offer. And you are worth it. You are worth it. A lot of people do not want to be by themselves, afraid to start over. Well, you would rather ride this journey out miserable when it's so much love on the other side. If you learn how to pull love into yourself, the energy that you putting into this food or this chick, the energy you putting into her, if you turn it around and put it into yourself, and it's not in a selfish way, but in a way that this is going to help me be a better me, so that I can tell him, no, you can't come over tonight. You married, stay with your wife. But I like the way he make me feel, honey. Nah, honey. You deserve better than that. No, you can't come over here and drive my car, because when it breaks down, you don't help me get it fixed. No, you can't come over here and eat my kids' food, because if you really love me, you would be adding to the table instead of subtracting. You deserve more than that. You really do. Being alone, honey, it's not. It's like a mindset. I know people that I remember when I used to be in the world, and I used to see people who was single and they used to look happy. I'd be like, how do they be so happy and they by themselves? I always was in a relationship with somebody, but I learned in this season of my life after my marriage, I had to take a moment. Like I mean a long moment. I had to take a moment because I was like, okay, this is not clicking. Over and over again, I'm accepting and tolerating bad relationship after bad relationship. I wasn't blaming them. I was blaming me. I'm like, well, I showed up. I said, yeah, I stayed. I could have said so much about them, but it wasn't setting me free. That wasn't setting me free. It was not setting me free. It wasn't doing nothing for me. Nothing. Nothing under the sun at all. I had to figure out what was it with Christina. Like, come on now. Like, I mean, is it really toxic? I'm like, but I keep accepting it. No, because no, I wasn't even giving myself no excuses. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. And if it took me to be single to get to the bottom of this for a good while, I'm like, I'm gonna be single to get to the bottom of this because I refuse to go into that again. And it's so funny is I was on that journey, things that I would say okay to and things that I'll just dismiss because I overlook. I'm not a person of what you done in your past I hold to you, and I feel like that's the good and the bad thing sometimes because some people are still in their past. They just walk in present, but they still in their past because I came from somewhere. I'm not who I used to be, and I'm not doing the things that I used to do. So who am I to be like, oh no, I can't because of this, that, and the third? That's not my style. But sometimes that get me caught up because I overlook some things with hopes that this person have changed, and that don't be the case. But that's not their fault. That's the way I see things. You know what I'm saying? Because in every situation I was in, to be honest, it was red flags. It wasn't their fault that I chose to dismiss them. It wasn't their fault that I said, well, maybe. That wasn't their fault. That was my fault. That wasn't their fault. That was my fault. Again, it does not negate that. It doesn't dismiss the wrong that they done, but their wrong has nothing to do with my healing. Their wrong has nothing to do with my freedom. Their wrong have nothing to do with me breaking through this. So I had to take a break. I had to get myself together. I had to do some searching within me so I can become a better woman and not tolerate things that I was tolerating. I'm like, and then now that I look back, I was like, have I lost my mind? I'm like, yeah, I lost my mind. I lost it. I lost it. But don't worry, good people, because I got it back. Oh, did I ever have it? Well, I got one now. I'm a much better woman than I was, real talk. And doing some self-evaluation, it helped me to see that I wasn't loving myself the way that I thought I was. I really, really wasn't, because when you love yourself, you are not afraid to say no to anybody and anything that mistreats you. Oh, no, no, no. I can't do that. I ain't going to do that. Oh, but I love you, girl. Yeah, I love me too. So that's why this is a no. And I went on some dates and some stuff that I probably would have looked past in my past. I ain't tolerating it now. I'm like, oh no, honey, no. And they had so many excuses. I was like, but it's still enough for me. But I enjoyed dinner though, and I gone about my business, and I have no regrets. I don't look back because I have learned to love me a lot more through holding myself accountable. So I wanted to come back tonight to share those stories and a piece of my journey to encourage you guys that holding other people hostage from what they done, or I said hostage, Lord, continuing to say what other people done, continuing to just keep telling, oh, they did this, they mistreat me, they did this. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they was dead wrong. However, to get to the side of freedom, to get through the heartache, to get through the pain, to get through the hurt, to get through the betrayal, you have to hold yourself accountable for the role that you played. The role that you play in the situation, because we all have a role. We all, any relationship, we play a part in the relationship. We just do. We just do. You can sit back and try to dress it up any way you want, how. No matter how you dress it up. Telling the world, telling Twitter, telling Facebook, telling everybody under the sun how wrong he was and how she was this and how she was that have not set you free so far. How about trying holding yourself accountable? Well, yeah, she cheated 100 times. She slept with my man, but I took her back. That wasn't her fault that you took her back. That wasn't her fault that you agreed to say yeah. That was something you chose and you decided to do. I mean, and you're not gonna melt. Like the sun. Well, I don't know when the sky gonna crack, but the sun ain't gonna come and punch you in the face because you holding yourself accountable. It's just not. It's some stuff we'd be so stubborn to do. Like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if I decide to become a better me? Like, really? Like, I be like, man, we hold ourselves hostage for the craziest stuff. You be scared to do the craziest stuff. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna say it was me because I ain't do nothing wrong. Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. Because if you was doing everything right, why stay in a 10-year relationship that was jacked up? But you was doing everything right. I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm the perfect person. I ain't do nothing wrong. I did everything. I'm a good woman. You so good that you stay with a bum nigga though. I'm trying to take nigga out of my vocabulary, y'all. I'm so sorry. I really am. I really am. I was in the hood today, so I guess it jumped back in. That ain't no excuse. Look at me. I'm joking, but I am trying to take it out of my vocabulary. Because I think it's crazy if I say it and I feel disrespected if another person of other race say it to me, so I shouldn't. I feel I shouldn't be saying it anyway. However, but yeah, it's just what it is with people. Hold ourselves accountable for the role we played, so we can be free. Yeah, yes, he wasn't no good. Yes, he treated you bad for 10 years straight. You feel like you gave him your best years, but you chose to. You chose to wait around and hope that he get it together. When he probably never even planned on it, but you chose to stay. Nobody had a gun to your head. At least I hope he didn't. But nobody had a gun to your head and told you you had to stay. I'm sure God was providing way of escapes, but do we take them? No. Ask me how I know that. But then again, don't even ask me how I know that. I'm so crazy, but for real, don't ask me how I know that. Well, God will provide a way of escape, but because we want to do us, and we want to do what we want to do, and we want to feel how we want to feel, and we hoping and wishing and praying. And there's nothing wrong with hoping your mate become this, that, and the third. But my God, we can't build these people up, y'all. We can't build them. We can't, we can't. Our foundation, if we come in on a shaky foundation, it's going to fall. Whether it take 2, 10, 7, 8, 12, 15 years, it's going to fall. We can't, it's nothing wrong with, holding each other down. It's really, really not. There's nothing wrong with holding each other down, but we have to be real with ourselves. Sometimes it's just like, nah, it just ain't working. It's just not. Like, it's just not. If you're afraid to be alone, hold yourself accountable. Be real with yourself. I'm afraid I don't want to be by myself. Then that can take you to another place. Why am I afraid to be alone? Why would I stay with somebody who mistreat me just because I don't want to be alone? And then that is where you can deal right there. Are you afraid to start over? Then the next thing why am I afraid to start over? Then you can build from right there. And once you put in the work, oh my goodness, once you put in the work, honey, God will meet you right where you at. He will meet you right where you at. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. He will meet you right where you at. The things you used to be afraid of, you be like, well, I don't feel that anymore. And I'm so crazy when I get I get to the other side of it, right? Where I begin to, grow out of it and evolve and stuff. I be like, I want to go back and see if it feel. I want to see how that feel. I know God be like, girl, if you don't take your retarded cell phone up the street somewhere. I was just like, I was just curious, Jesus. Like a retarded person, not retarded person. No offense to no retarded people. I'm just talking about my crazy self. Real talk. I don't mean no harm at all. But I'm just talking about my crazy self. But real talk, for real, I wanted to have a conversation with you guys. I really, really do, because I know how accountability is something that's so hard for people to do. And again, the other person wrongs and the other person wrongdoings are not going to set you free. They're not. They're not. I really, really encourage you on tonight. on today. I think it's after 12 o'clock. Real talk. I really encourage you. I truly encourage you to hold yourself accountable for the road you pay. It doesn't make you wrong. It does not make you wrong. It does not make that you're wrong and they're right. I don't know what you want to win. I say that to some people. They'll be like, what do you think you're going to win a trophy in this argument? Like, nothing is going to happen. Like, okay, you want to be right. Okay, you right. Now what? And I get some of my children nerve when I do that because I'm like, I'm not fighting to win. I be trying to fight for a resolution. Like, okay, if I was wrong, I'll admit when I'm wrong at. But I need you to admit your issues in which you done so we can move forward. But if I'm only admitting and you not, then we cannot move forward. It's just not going to work. So I'll move on without you. It's not gonna work. Like, it's just not gonna work. And even when you hold yourself accountable, you have to put, if you want to be a better you got to start putting in the work. You know, change ain't just gonna come because you say, God, I want to change. It's work that's gonna have to be done. Simple as that. And if you don't want to put in no work, then I don't know why you're in a relationship. Because you can play house, but when you get married, honey, that's some big boy stuff. And I still believe marriage is worth it. I love love. I just don't know how to turn love off. Like I do. I love to see other people love it. My heart smile watching other people love. I be like, that's what's up. I do. I just love love. I just do. I don't know how to make it stop. But yeah, I do. So I'm just like, if you want to get to, if that's what you want, and you want some sort of peace or some sort of resolution in your relationship. Sometimes the battle is not with the other person. You just with that person, but you bumping heads because sometimes you have to look in the mirror. The battle is really probably with yourself because we do battle ourselves sometimes. Instead of holding ourselves accountable, we'll take it out on everybody around us and be mad as they is everybody. It's him, it's her, it's my mom, it's my cousins, my sisters, my co-workers, everybody but you. And I believe if you begin to hold yourself accountable for some things and roles that you played in situations, you open up a portal for peace and a lot of understanding and stuff to come in. So I wanted to come through tonight to talk about that and encourage you guys to see, acknowledge the role that you play and how you could become a better person, not to win anything, but to make the situation better. If you change, is nobody is to where they supposed to, level of, okay, this is it. It's never over. We will always evolve. We supposed to always grow into the day we die. So it's not that this is it. You chose to sit idle and be like, this is it right here. That's your choice. But I do not believe God gets us and be like, okay, at 55, this is just it. You coast that way out. I don't believe so. I believe but God, that we evolve into the day we die. I believe we evolve into the day we die. I think we just supposed to continue to keep growing and keep maturing and keep evolving and keep learning and keep this. I believe that's what we supposed to do. And if you're just fighting for your partner to change and your friends to change, that is very, very selfish because you want things to alter to please you versus you altering to make situations better as well. So I wanted to come and talk to you guys about that tonight. And I hope somebody decides to get encouraged. I wanted to just chill and talk tonight for real. I was like, I am not about to go over there behind my little backdrop stuff. I just wanted to chill because I'm feeling real, real nice. Not over no drinking nothing. Like, I enjoy having fun. I enjoy being around people and laughing and talking trash and being loud like we are. I'm telling you, my family, we is loud. No, really, my mother kids, we are loud. And then my kid, well, Chris ain't that loud, but my daughter is loud. Me, my brothers, we are loud, honey. I'm telling you, you'll think it's like 20,000 of us, and it's just us. Big team of kids. I don't know. We loud. My father loud. My mother loud. I don't know. It's just what it is, and I just really enjoyed myself. I had fun as usual, played dominoes and talk trash, and I just wanted to come through tonight to share that part of our conversation, and I wanted to encourage you guys. I really do. And again, I told y'all the purpose of my videos is because I just want to get to the bottom of things. I could easily come through and say, yeah, you got it, you gonna do it, God is great, God is awesome, this and that. I could easily do that, but how does that help you get to the bottom of things? How does that help you dig deeper down to become, to dig up the root of stuff? And that's my whole purpose. Again, I just want people to start seeing things for what they really are, and start working on ourselves personally, because once we change, it causes our whole environment to shift. Real talk, we be wanting everybody to change to please us, but the thing is, once we change, the whole thing shifts. It just shifts, man. I'm telling you, I did that before. This person needed this person needed that. And when I turned it around on myself, the whole shit, it blew my mind. I'm not telling y'all nothing that didn't work for me. Real talk. I'm not even going to hold y'all. I ain't telling y'all nothing that didn't work for me. But real talk, man. I really hope that somebody decide that to start doing some self-evaluation on themselves. If it takes you to get a piece of paper and write down certain stuff, what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I allowing this person to mistreat me? Why am I staying in a situation like that? Why do I tolerate that I have to keep my relationship a secret? You chose to go along with that. They said it and you chose it, and you really want to be public with it, but you chose to say yeah. That's not their fault. You said yeah to that. If relationship is one thing, but marriage is another. A marriage is supposed to be a reflection of Jesus' love for the church. So how do people see the love that Jesus had for the church in your marriage is if it's a secret? If nobody even know it exists. And I'm not talking about personal business, because I keep my personal business off social media, because that, I know it's social, but I use social media for my pictures and to talk to you guys. I was excited, like, ooh, I could put my pictures somewhere, because you take all these pictures, and people be bothered by that, but that's their problem. You take all these pictures and back in our times you put them in a photo album, but did you really ever show somebody those pictures? But I looked at Facebook like, wow, I could post these and they will always be there. And then the coolest thing, they pop up memories. And then I started looking at it as like, when they come up, I can see how far I have came in my life. So I thought it was the coolest thing. I enjoy it, but to share your love that you have for somebody is your choice how you choose to do that. I just say, if you in a relationship and you really don't agree with keeping everything, that nobody even can know that you exist, but he wants to be freely for do this, or she wants to be free to do that, it's kind of like weird. I was at my job and a guy had told her she's messing with a guy to work the job, and he told her, don't tell nobody we messing with each other. And she looked me right in my face. I don't know them. I was just happened to be right there. And I was like, Christina, don't you open your mouth, Christina. Mind your business that paid you, Christina. So he walks off, and I walk off, but I had to back around to come back to this floor. And she was like, girl, what you think of that? I was like, I don't really want to say. She was like, nah, for real, because I'm in my feelings. I say, honey, if he wants to keep you a secret, but he wants to come and get all your goods, what did that say to you? And she couldn't say anything. I'm like, if you tolerate him treating you that way, that's really not his fault. And she like, how? I can't control him, but you can control you. If I got you, if he can come and get your stuff and all that, but can't nobody know about it. I'm just saying, honey, I think you deserve better than that. Because in a relationship, well, I'll say marriage, because I don't want everybody thinking the boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. In a marriage, your love is supposed to be a reflection of the love that Jesus had for the church. And people get inspired by that kind of stuff. Seeing other people love and showing people how to love, it's I don't know, I love love. It's amazing. But let me go. I've been on here too long. I didn't want to be on here long, and I did, because I wanted to just conversate with you guys and kick it with you guys. I'm gonna go live. I said I was gonna go live because I want. A lot of people was asking me, they want to ask me questions and all that kind of stuff, and they text me questions and stuff too. It's just I don't answer them right then and there because I don't want to, like, I'm giving it time for the questions to come in. And I do respond back to some people personally because I don't want to keep answering the same question over and over again. If I answer it, then 2 days later someone asks me the same thing. So I want to kind of cover the questions that people mostly keep asking, and it be some funny questions. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'll be cracking up. But yeah, that's what I came in tonight to say, good people. I pray you guys stay encouraged. I pray you guys continue to work on yourself. Continue to love yourself more. Continue to just do things that's good for you. Not in a selfish way where you just dismiss everybody, but you deserve so much more better. So much more than somebody mistreating you less than what you deserve. But hold yourself accountable so you can get to the other side of that nonsense. Real talk. Accountability will lead you to freedom. It will lead you to healing. It will lead you to that stuff. It will lead you to it. I'm telling you what I know. It will lead you to it. God bless you, good people. I am hungry and I'm thirsty. You guys enjoy the rest of y'all night, y'all day, whatever time of day it is. Until the next time.